friends, my brothers and sisters out there. This video, I'm just giving you another look about India, my experience when I was there. Do you remember in the last video I told you about when I landed in Delhi, how I got sick and I was having diarrhea for about 3 days after eating street food. And I advised you guys, if you ever travel to India, don't eat beef and stick to chicken and vegetables. That was my advice to you. So remember that. And just to come to my next experience in India was when I was advised to visit God's own country in India. Now, when somebody told me you are in Delhi, now you have to go to God's own country, I was like, wow, that must be a very special place. So they explained to me in the southwest of India, there is a state called Kerala, which is called God's own country. I don't know who decided that name, but I'm sure somebody in tourism had that idea to attract people. So I took a flight from Delhi, landed in Kochi, which is somewhere in the heart of Kerala. And then from there, I made the mistake of taking a train to go to Trivandrum, the capital, because they said you have to go to the capital, then you come back to Kochi, you can see a lot of things. So I get on this train. So believe me, getting on a train in India is not very easy. First of all, your nightmare starts just when you queue up to get your ticket. So you have these thousands of people waiting and the queue is moving very slowly. So you come to the counter, then because you don't know the system, you have to fill this small form with the train number and all that. So you have to know all these things. So I was a bit lost. Anyway, I just talked to the guy at the counter and I said, this is where I want to go and I want the best ticket because it was a hot day. Can I have an air-conditioned compartment? So I paid for that air-conditioned compartment and the train, you wait. Trains in India, they are never on time. So I was waiting there. I don't know, it eventually turned up about 1 hour late and I jumped on the train. And once I got into my compartment, the first thing I noticed was the smell of urine. Urine, guys. It was hitting me, and this was supposed to be the best compartment on the train. So I sat there and I'm really suffering now, and the train starts moving towards Trivandrum and I'm just looking outside the train. I can see lots of things and mostly a lot of garbage thrown all over the place, and I'm like, wow, this is God's own country. So these people just throw plastic bags, they throw garbage all over the place. You find people just squatting on the tracks doing their thing. That means, I don't know if there are not enough toilets there in Kerala or whatever is going on. But it was quite a culture shock for me, And then the ticket checker, he comes on. These guys, these ticket checkers in Kerala, they come wearing their black suits and, very strict looking face, asking for your ticket as if everybody is on that train to cheat them. So I took out my ticket and I gave it to him. So he marked the thing with a pen. He just marked okay. And when he gave me the ticket, I said, excuse me, sir. Can you tell me, is there anything you can do about this horrible smell? This trip I'm taking is more than five and a half hours to go from Kochi to Trivandrum. And do you mean to say I have to smell this urine all the way? So the guy just looked at me. He says, sir, I don't see here any problem because our people are all traveling by this train every day, this train, and nobody is complaining. And I'm like, guys, excuse me, sir, but I don't know. I'm complaining to you. Can you do something about it? The guy looked at me like I'm mad, He just kept staring at me and with those beady eyes of his looking at me as if I've come from space, So I just said, but sir, you have to ensure the cleanliness of these trains because now, in 5.5 hours, I'm definitely going to need to take a piss now. Even sitting here in my compartment, it smells so bad that I'm scared to go there and take a piss. What will it be like in the toilet there? The guy just didn't say anything. He just shook his head. He gave me back the ticket. and he was mumbling something to the other passengers, something like this guy is mad and it's better just to leave him alone. So this was quite a shock for me, guys. And then during the trip, all you see so much waste all over the place. There are areas where people have dumped waste. It's like, don't you guys have a way to get rid of your waste? So you just find piles of garbage just piling up there, and it's like people there are just waiting for a miracle to happen and this garbage to disappear on its own, because there doesn't seem to be a waste disposal scheme out there. And we are talking of this century, 21st century, and I'm like, boy, we are sending satellites. India sends satellites into space. Do you guys know that even European countries utilize Indian technology to send their satellites in space? That's how sophisticated one side of India is, the scientific side. And we don't have a proper garbage disposal system in some areas. So I was just shocked. So remember that I'm not telling you don't go there. I'm telling you, when you visit Kerala and people have told you this is God's own country, please don't even bother thinking this is some fantastic dream place. It's not. It's just another place. It's a dump, actually. And good luck to all of you who want to go there. If you've got money for a vacation, just go somewhere else. That's all I want to say. And I'll come back to on my next video about other experiences that I had when I was in Kerala. So I'll be signing off now, and take care, guys, and stay happy. This video was not to depress you, but just to give you some insights into these things, into some of these tourist traps where they talk about God's own country and all, and they give you this illusion that it's some fantastic place, but in fact when you get there you get very disappointed. But there are also positive sides. At least I didn't get sick when I was there. I didn't have diarrhea, and that was one positive thing for me, because after those 3 days in the toilet in Delhi, that the fact that I didn't get ill in God's own country, I said, okay, maybe because it's God's own country, I was protected by God, I didn't get sick. So that is the positive thing, guys. That's what I want to end this video on, that positive note. And stay happy, guys. Things happen in life, good and bad, but life goes on. So take care, guys, and see you soon.